Weather is big news this morning, an unusual weather bomb.
It's a storm that develops really rapidly.
Northern Ireland and northern Britain, parts of the Republic are bringing gusts of up to 70 miles per hour. Massive thunderstorms intensifying explosively in a process known as bombogenesis started to hit northern parts of the UK and Ireland on Wednesday, leaving thousands without power.
Travel was disrupted and there were restrictions and closures of bridges.
I am convinced that I found a new spot. This might be one of the best spots on Earth to set a new world record. There are only two issues. It's in Iceland, and I think I will be the first person to ever kite at this location. So this is why we need to check it out ourselves, before we come back in 50 to 60 knots of wind.
Got the stack.
Basically, this is Iceland. We got a bloody waiver. Where to watch out for. Look at this. Strong winds, be careful. He also said to me, which sounds ridiculous, he said like, yeah, we're waiting for a volcano eruption. So yesterday we were waiting and it didn't happen. So maybe it will happen today or tomorrow and there will be a volcano eruption with an earthquake.
Oh my god.
And the whole thing. So we're right where we need to be. But it's gonna be crazy shit. Like I'm actually sort of nervous because we don't know what we're gonna get. But wait, at this point you might be thinking, why did you end up in Iceland? A few months ago I broke my personal record. But the interesting thing about this day was that current world record holder jumped lower than me. And this got me thinking, how is this possible? What I think is that the spot where you ride can significantly influence the ability for you to jump really high. So that's why we are in Iceland, to find a spot where we can boost to new heights. So the first spot we will check out is the Black Dune spot. I know this spot because Ivar jumped here 32 meters, which is absolutely insane. But I'm still pretty unsure if the waves are actually as good as they seem to be, and if there's not too much current. So that's what we will check out at this spot. I'm making some notes because there are still some things with this spot that we are not really quite sure how they will unfold. So ideally we want the wind direction to come side on shore over there, because you can see the coastline sort of continues, but there's a big curve in it. And that's why this spot is good, because it sort of comes a little bit over land, which makes the wind a little bit gusty, which gives us that extra gust to boost really high. So that's good. With the information I have now, I would rate this spot like 8 out of 10. Some question marks, but looks really, really good. The next spot we are going to visit is one of the most dangerous beaches in the world. It's known for its extreme shore break and is basically impossible to kite. But I saw this picture online where the waves are breaking pretty far away from the shore. So this is why I wanted to check it out anyway, because it's very windy at this point of the island. And from the first view, it's pure shore break, which isn't that good. Just look at that. That's where my nightmares are made of.
Worst nightmares.
Yeah, but this is already sort of a no-no. Look, that's the cave where Thor is made. But imagine you just live here and you say, long day, I need to clear my mind. And you just walk on this beach. My mind would be pretty clear after that.
Yeah.
It's crazy. If this spot would be good though, it would be one of the most sick spots in the world. But look at this wave here. Like, oh, let me just grab my kiteboard and start kiting. Oh no, don't need.
Oh nee, toch niet.
Conclusion, spot 2 is a no-no. We have like 3 more spots. On to the next one. Diamond Beach, the most famous spot in Iceland. It's known for its ice blocks and its glacier that's floating out towards the sea. The thing is with this spot is that it had very good waves from the satellite, but I'm also concerned there is massive current here and that you can crash into these ice blocks while you're riding.
If you can, I'd definitely look for an earlier stop or drive as efficiently as possible.
Yes, we're fucked. Okay, we have only 58 kilometers left in the tank and we need to drive at least 70. So I was asking my good old friend Chad if we can make it or not. And he says it's a nail biter, so we're fucked. It's fucked. But at least we're at the spot. Ice blocks are floating away. Maybe some penguins too, I don't know. It looks actually pretty nice. But this river that's floating out at sea looks a little bit dangerous to me as well. And all the way at the back it looks like straight barrel. So it's an interesting spot, that's for sure. It doesn't really look that good because the waves are heavy. Because at the same time there's a slight breeze of wind which makes the waves way steeper. So that influenced them definitely a lot. Because when the big day comes, we will be expecting the wind coming from there. These huge mountains. So it's a little bit of a gamble, especially this drive is like 5 hours I think already. 5 hours in. So it's a big risk if you land there with the plane and drive 5 hours and you come to a spot where it's super shit. So his ice was created under immense pressure. And what you can see here is quadrillion-year-old ice marks. Both. And each one completely unique. As we are driving for 5 hours, I really wanted to kite, but there was almost no wind. So I decided to look for a suitable flare spot. I found this spot. The wind was coming from the glacier, which seemed pretty sketchy, but it actually was really good.
Nee?
It's too strong. Not sure if it's too strong.
Let me send you something that it could kind of like, you can comprehend like what things are, and it's a really good guidance.
Nee, het is veel te vlagen.
En hij is landing. Nu is hij er weer. Snelheid maken.
These nuts.
Are you comfortable?
So this is the last spot traveling east. This is the best spot we have found using Google Earth and all our tactics to find these spots. It's basically a huge mountain range next to the beach, which could increase the wind a lot. Also, there's a natural pier which breaks the waves coming from the wind and makes clean ramps to jump ultra high. So the only downside is it's a 6-hour drive from the airport and the wind direction needs to be very specific to make this spot work. It's day 2 of our little road trip and we are now on our way to the last most east spot. Who's the best lady in the world? Cheers!
Coffee!
Coffee!
Deze scannen.
The Icelandic motherfuckers, they know how to charge for parking.
Yeah, and
Parking is more expensive here than in Amsterdam. And you also need to pay for parking even when you walk. So you just get fucking scammed.
Yeah, when you walk, you have to pay.
Here, look, they are not fooling around here. They're experts here. Even if you're walking, yeah? You need to pay. So, they know how to make money. So, Misty Cliffs, but then in Cape Town.
In Iceland.
Misty Cliffs
2.0.
Yes. Nee, ik zit even te denken over de kitespot. Yeah, very good kite spot. It looked like I'm not sure because we cannot kite there, you know, so I cannot test it. But the thing I was most concerned about was that ridge there was too high, but it's definitely not too high. It's even low tide right now, sort of lowish, and it's not too high, so that's great. So it doesn't screw up the wind. But at the same time, If the wind comes from there, it comes straight from the sea. So it needs to come like exactly from a certain direction, and then it's good.
From behind the mountains.
Yeah, like that would be ideal. So that would mean sort of side offshore, like tiny bit offshore here. Then it could go really fucking crazy. Everything is good. The mountain, the waves, the beach, except that it needs to be very specific with the wind direction. No way, we're walking here and there's a huge fish right there. I know what it is. You see that you see that bovenste toch?
Yeah.
Big bones.
And what is this?
On the beach. This is a vertebra. Spinal. He broke his back. We went to the Viking Cafe all the way here, and the owners are super nice, which is really good. So
They let us go off the road.
yeah, we asked them about the information about the beach, because we are not sure if the beach gets flooded when there's a storm, but she was like never, so that's really good. And then there are some private roads we also have access to, which is really good. So this spot is fucking awesome. And now
we're gonna have a party, she said.
Yeah. She said
Well, we
like
break
we
the
have
world
coffee in the morning and party in the evening. We have a bar, she said, so that's cool. And yeah, let's continue the quest. After checking out this spot, we saw it was windy at the Black Dune spot we checked out as the first spot. So we wanted to guide ourselves to see actually how good it is. We made a decision to test out the spot, although it's 6 degrees. Yeah, it's not the best, let's put it this way, but we're gonna try it. We're gonna take out the 12-meter sonic in around like 20 to 25 knots, so it's pretty lit. But I was thinking like, let me just take out the 17-meter lines on this kite. I never tried it before, and see how high I can boost, you know? Let's get out there. Rain already stopped. That's our sign. Let's go. The kitesurfing session was pretty average because the wind died and it even started raining more heavily, so I decided to stop early. On the last day we decided to discover the spots on the southwest side of the island, but unfortunately after just looking at 2 spots we found out that there are no suitable spots to kite. So after that we decided to go flaring since there was still no wind and the conditions looked really good.
Zeehondjes maar! Nee! Wee!
So, we explored the entire coast of Iceland. I can't believe we are doing this. I think then the real question is, are we able to break a world record at the spots we found? I'm pretty sure, but we need very specific conditions to make that happen. Also, if you guys think I should keep filming with my new camera or my GoPro, please let me know in the comments. If you want to make sure that you see the storm chase where we attempt to break the world record, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. Thank you guys for the support, for always being there, supporting me. I'm trying to respond to every comment I can. Much love to everybody. Now, I'm going home, get propped up, train even harder. We also learned a lot. We need to get a safety caddy and a safety kiter on the water. Probably this will be the same man. We already had some calls with some candidates. But yeah, thank you guys. Make sure to like and subscribe, and see you on the next one. Ciao.